Hey, Brownie here. Just showing another great way to use any kind of meat, and what we're showcasing, of course, is wild meats. Another nice elk cut. We got some flanks. I've cut them quite thin. We're going to make them into schnitzel today. A nice German dish. So we got some clarified butter coming on here. You can use any kind of oil or anything to fry them up in. I prefer butter, gives it a nice nuttier flavor. We're going to use some carrots and some potatoes as a side, but we're going to showcase this beautiful elk meat again, and we're going to show you how to make it into a schnitzel. Now I've already cut it nice and thin and how to pound it out. I've done that already, and then I marinated it overnight. See how it's nice and thin, like a schnitzel should be. You don't have to marinate. I like to marinate it a bit, gives it a nice bit of a flavor. I put a little bit of horseradish with some soy sauce and maybe a little bit of black pepper and whatnot. So you take this, you flour it first actually. So let's make our breading. So any breadcrumb will do. I'm going to take this off whenever it's ready. You can get the ones with the Italian seasonings in it already, or you can add your own. So I got some already put into mine, some oregano and basil. And I like to add a little bit of granulated garlic. You can put in some Parmesan, which I'd already put some into mine. So a little bit, maybe about 2.5 teaspoons. That should be it. And a little bit of black pepper. So you got it nice and mix it up a little bit here. So you get a nice mixture of the flavors going into the breading. Butter is nice and clarified, ready to go. So let's get our meat going. Flour the meat. Into a nice little egg wash. Just get it through. And this, the reason we flour before we put the egg wash on, kind of separates it when it's all done, so it creates a nice little crust on it. And then we put it, bread it up. Almost like deep frying it. So we'll lay our schnitzel in there.
Red, red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time. Red, red wine, you make me feel so grand. I feel $1 million when you just in my hand. Red, red wine, you make me feel so sad. Anytime it's really going to make me.
So you can hear it sizzling up here, and if you look along the side, you can see it's just starting to get a little brown around the edges. And that's when you can see a little bit of juice coming up to the top. Really, with a little bit of a flick here, or it's a golden brown color. That's what you want to see with a schnitzel. There, isn't that beautiful? You take a lid, cover it for a little bit, and that'll keep the heat inside of it and helps cook it internally a little bit better. Once you've already got it the outside crisp, then you take it off for a bit. You don't want it to get too sweaty, and then you can finish it off so it stays nice and crispy. I mean, one of the purposes why we're doing this is just to showcase that wild meats are just as good as any other kind of domestic meat. And you can do basically anything you want with them. You can turn them into any basic type of culinary treat that you would with a normal pork or veal or beef. In this case, we're using elk dip. Again, people have known it as the Cadillac wild meat. It's got a beautiful flavor, a nice grain, a nice good texture to it. Very lean. You want to be careful you're turning these not to break the coating as you get on there. And this stuff is just about done. So when it's done, just like any kind of steak or something, you want to let it rest. You want to give it a couple minutes just to let the juices stay and solidify inside, and it cooks a little bit longer as it sits. So we get a nice little brown gravy here that we're going to use. We're going to pour it over the schnitzel when it's done. I'm doing some steamed carrots. I'm going to show you quickly how to do a nice honey glaze with those. These are just about done. Then oven roasted some potatoes. Ready now. I've sat them in there for about an hour or so with a little bit of olive oil, some herb and garlic, and just cook them slow and mix them up every once in a while. And they get a nice color, and they got nice and caramelized on the outside, tender in the inside. Oh, these are looking beautiful. So let's take these off and let them rest. You can impress your friends and your neighbors. And maybe even wait until the end and tell them that they actually just had some help. And they'll be surprised pleasantly, I assure you. So I'm draining the water out, and I take my carrots, I dump them into the warm pot. A little bit of honey. Looks for what, a tablespoon and a half? I'd say so. Some nice pepper. A dash or two. 1, 2, 3. Garlic, and that's it. With a tablespoon of butter. And there's your side dish. Honey garlic glazed steamed carrots. Crunchy, they're delicious. They got a nice garlic, there's a little bit of salt to it, a little bit of sweet, savory. Complement the schnitzel quite well. Now our schnitzel is rested. Normally we would just plate it. Just do a nice little cut across here. They're beautiful and nice and light pink inside. It's beautifully cooked. Let's put this together. Schnitzel.
Red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time. Red wine, you make me feel so grand. I feel $1 million when you just in my hand. Red wine, you make me feel so sad. Anytime I see it going to make me feel bad. Red wine, you make me feel so fine.
Crazy over the top. And there you go. Elk schnitzel. It's that easy.